How can you stop your chattering mind according to Bhagavad Geeta? The Bhagavad Geeta offers profound wisdom on how to manage and ultimately stop the incessant chattering ear of the mind. In the text, Arjuna famously tells Krishna that the mind is as difficult to control as the wind. Krishna acknowledges this, but assures him that it is possible through two key principles: abhyasa, consistent practice, and vairagya, detachment. Here's a breakdown of the key teachings from the Bhagavad Geeta on this topic. 1. The role of the mind. Friend or enemy. The Gita states that the mind can be a person's greatest friend or their worst enemy. When the mind is conquered and controlled, it is a great ally, leading to tranquility and self-realization. However, if it remains uncontrolled, it becomes the greatest obstacle, driven by material desires and sensory gratification. Higher than the senses, Krishna explains the hierarchy of existence. The senses are superior to the body, the mind is superior to the senses, the intellect is superior to the mind, and the soul, Atman, is the highest of all. The key to conquering the mind is to empower the intellect with knowledge, so it can guide the mind and senses. 2. The two parts, abhyasa and vairagya. These two concepts are the core of the Gita's teaching on mind control. Abhyasa, consistent practice. This means making a persistent and concerted effort to train the mind. It is the act of consciously and repeatedly bringing the mind back to a single point of focus, even when it wanders. This can be done through meditation. Dhyana Yoga. The Gita provides practical advice on meditation. It advises finding a peaceful, quiet place and sitting in a steady posture. The goal is to keep the mind unwavering, like a lamp in a windless place, by focusing on a single point, the breath, or a mantra. Doing your duty. Karma Yoga. The Gita emphasizes performing one's duties without attachment to the results. By focusing on the action itself and not the outcomes, the mind is less cluttered with anxieties about success or failure. This helps to reduce mental chatter and overthinking. Devotion. Bhakti Yoga. Directing the mind towards God or a higher power is a powerful practice. By focusing on a single object of devotion, such as Krishna, the mind is naturally drawn away from worldly attachments and distractions. Vairagya. Detachment. This is the crucial counterpart to practice. Vairagya is the elimination of attachment. The mind runs towards objects of attachment and desire. By cultivating detachment from material possessions, relationships, and the fruits of one's actions, the mind loses its motivation to wander and chase after temporary pleasures. The Gita suggests that true happiness comes from within, not from external sources. 3. Practical advice and further concepts. Equanimity. The Gita advises developing an equal mind, samatvam, towards success and failure, pleasure and pain, honor and dishonor. This state of mental equilibrium is a key component of yoga and helps to calm the mind amidst life's ups and downs. Knowledge. Jnana Yoga. The mind is controlled not by force, but by a higher purpose. The Gita emphasizes the power of knowledge and self-inquiry. By understanding one's true nature as the Atman, the eternal soul, and not the temporary body or mind, the individual gains a higher perspective that weakens the mind's hold. The sword of knowledge. It can destroy the doubts and ignorance that lead to mental agitation. Living with moderation. The Gita also provides practical advice on leading a balanced life, with moderation in eating, sleeping, working, and recreation. This helps to create a stable foundation for a calm mind. In essence, the Bhagavad Gita teaches that stopping the chattering mind is not about suppression but about redirection. It's about consciously training the mind through consistent effort, abhyasa, while simultaneously severing its ties to the external world through detachment, vairagya, ultimately directing it towards a higher, more fulfilling purpose.